It's day 6, which means I'm halfway through the 12 days of Texas whiskey in this box provided by the Crowded Barrel Whiskey Company. Let's do this. Welcome to Whisky Riffs. If you're new here, I'm Kevin, and I appreciate you stopping by, and maybe you're watching this whole series of 12 whiskeys of Texas using the Crowded Barrel Whiskey Company jank Texas Whiskey Celebration box. This has different distilleries in it, and each bottle is cast strength, so they're a little intense, but I'm ready for day 6, and I'm ready to feel like I'm getting past the halfway mark on this. So let me go ahead and grab the bottle out, find out which one we're doing today, because I almost got confused again. I'm really trying not to get confused every day by the janky way that this order is. Doesn't match the bottom of the box, but I'm handling it. It's all right. I don't need any help. I'm good. Let me just put this box over here and we'll continue on. I do need a glass though. Grab a glass. See what we have today. This is the Gulf Coast Distillers Straight Rye Whiskey. Oh no, I'm in trouble. I'm not a big rye whiskey fan. And this rye is at 113.8 proof, which means it's 59.6% ABV. So rye at a higher level. This could be tricky. Yesterday's whiskey was a bourbon, a straight bourbon, and this is a straight rye, which means we have a 2-year-old plus whiskey in here. But it seemed like that straight bourbon yesterday had a lot of rye influence. So in addition to the 51% corn, it probably had some rye in the mash bill. And if this is a rye whiskey, that means that we have at least 51% rye in the mash bill. And that means that this whiskey will give me a lot more rye flavors than even yesterday's. And I had a little trouble with yesterday's whiskey and the flavor points that I was getting out of it. So let's see where we are today with this glass. Now, if you don't know about the Whiskey Tribe and the Whiskey Vault, I have links below to those 2 YouTube channels, which you should be subscribed to and you should be watching if you want to know anything about whiskey. They're a great resource and they have grown so much in the past 4 years. All right, on to the whiskey. Let's get down into this. Ooh, that's a different nose. Wow. Okay, wait. What is that smell? Oh man, don't you hate it when you're nosing a whiskey and you think you've got all the notes that you would ever know, and then something new comes along? Wow. Okay, that is just weird. That's like a musty box. Like, yeah, I don't know. If you've ever opened up like a wooden cedar chest, it's not cedar because it doesn't have that cedar note to it. But if you've ever opened up a box that has been sitting around closed for a long time, wooden box, and it has a lot of old stuff in it. I know my parents had one of these boxes downstairs in the basement. It has that note, that kind of off smell. And maybe even there's some black licorice in that nose. Maybe that's part of it. Kind of like it, strangely enough. That's intriguing. Are you doing this box with me? If you're doing this box with me, I'd like to know what you think of day 6. I'd love to hear your comments on it and your nosing notes. Because I'm having trouble nailing this down. Normally with rye, I get vegetal notes and I get some of that very, very high rye note that hits me. I'm not quite getting that with this one. It's more of aged wood. Wow, this is a very different rye. I'm getting the licorice notes, but I'm also getting kind of a candied licorice. So, have you ever had, and I'm probably dating myself here, Good and Plenty's? They are a licorice candy, pink and white, candy coating on them. But that's kind of what I'm getting on the taste. It's not on the nose. The nose isn't that sweet. It's more of wood, and it's a like I said, to me it's like a chest of wood that's been sitting too long in a damp area. I'm not getting as many vegetal notes. I'm getting a little more sweetness. Yeah, it's like a Good and Plain. It's like a licorice candy. And I actually like Good and Plenty's. My wife always gives me a hard time. It's like, you like the weirdest candies. It's like, I don't know. I grew up on Good and Plenty's and stuff that was pretty basic. I'm not young. The candies of my youth were not the fancy candies of today. And I'm getting a little bit of a menthol note now on the taste. So after I swallow, the finish isn't long. It's not like it's going down my throat and in my chest, but it's staying in my mouth and going up into my nasal cavity, and it's giving me that menthol note to it. Let me throw a little water in here. We've got a lot of room to play with these high ABV Texas whiskeys, so why not throw a little water in and see what experience we have coming out of a little bit of a lowering of the ABV. I got kind of a plastic smell, so I changed my wood chest to a little bit of a plastic note. Now, this is a very unique whiskey. All right, give me comments on Gulf Coast Distillers. If you know anything about them, I'd really like to know more about this whiskey. Their straight rye whiskey. If you've actually had any of it, I'd love to hear your thoughts about it, because this is very unique to me. It doesn't smell or taste like a standard rye, so I'm very curious what's in the mash bill. I'm dangerously close to liking this whiskey, and that's hard for me to say about a rye whiskey, so that's impressive. It has kind of a quirky taste to it. I'm kind of digging it. I mean, there's the wood spice and there's the other components that you would normally expect out of a young whiskey that has a high ABV, but there's just something different about the sweetness, about the candied notes on it that just make it interesting. It takes away a little bit of the vegetal rye stuff that I don't always love. So good on you guys. I'm going to explore this more, and thank you, Daniel and Rex, for providing 50 milliliter bottles so we actually get to try these more than once. Thank you for watching this, and until the next episode tomorrow, take care of yourself. Take care of those people around you, and cheers. Welcome to Whisky Riffs. If you're new here, I'm Kevin, and I appreciate you stopping by and watching this series of 12 Texas whiskeries. Damn it, shit.